nobody there. Hello everyone, this is Bay State Car Spotting. Well, Shelby from Bay State Car Spotting, but I figured I'm going to start this new sort of series, more of like videos, more videos than just posting cars and whatever weird thing is in my sense of humor. But these videos are I'm either gonna do car reviews, urbex, or walking around dead malls. And I'll do voiceovers like the one I'm doing right now, mostly in this voice. I'm mostly inspired by Dan Bell and regular car reviews when it comes to most of this. So even though they're already famous, still check them out because they're who inspired me to make these. But anyway, this is the Fox Run Mall in Newington, New Hampshire. Now, I'm going to do a tour of this place, show you everything about it, give you a little bit of a history lesson on it, and I hope you enjoy. So yeah, let's get right into the video. Now, as you see, this is what you see when you enter the mall, and as this mall and the other mall I went to today both have, they're not really that dead. There's still a good amount of people walking around in there, but they're more dead than others in this area. There's still lots of storefronts that are empty, and I don't know, I'm working with what I can have. But yeah, this mall, oh, here we go. We have Neo from The Matrix and Elvira right there. Just cardboard cutouts. Thought it was pretty interesting to see those. But as you can see, this mall is the much more lively one than the other one I went to today, which is going to be my next video. But this mall was opened in February of 1983 in, of course, Newington, New Hampshire, as I said before. And it's still somewhat popular. I mean, there's a good amount of stores in here, but there's also a lot of older stores that aren't really open anymore. But there is something pretty interesting about it that I do want to show you. That kind of, right here is just a little area that I thought looked pretty cool, architecture-wise, I don't know, but it looked pretty interesting. But as you can see, we're getting into the interesting part now, and the people who follow me for cars, which may not be too many people anymore, this is for you. But here we have a bunch of cars that are just in the mall. And I know that sometimes they put newer cars in malls, because the other mall I went to, Liberty Tree Mall, had Mitsubishis in there from Misho Mitsubishi, or as Bostonians will know locally, Misho Mishimushi Mushi. But yeah, these weren't cars for sale, really. Well, there was one for sale, I think. Not too sure. But these were just like regular people's cars with regular license plates and everything, just in the mall, which I thought was pretty funny. And around the cars too, you can see a lot of abandoned storefronts too. So I guess I'll show you these cars, and I hope you just like seeing them, I guess. I mean, I definitely like seeing them. So, like, right here, we have more old storefronts, like ones that aren't really active anymore. And I also found this Mustang, too, when I got the camera back on it, after I show you these dead storefronts. But anyway, this Mustang I found pretty interesting. It had something funny on the rear bumper, so I'll show that. But yeah, this was part of the East Coast Run and Squad Driven. I've met a few people from those organizations at different car shows I've been to. They're great people. I'd totally suggest going to their meets and everything. But as you can see, Ocean crowd control vehicle, average Mustang joke. But yeah, I figured I'd just say that because they're great people. And I'd highly suggest you go to their meets and everything. Also, for some reason, there was just a regular Toyota Tacoma in here. Like, nothing really special about it, but just a Toyota Tacoma in here. I think it's because this one was for sale. I think that's what the sign on it said. But yeah, just a regular Toyota Tacoma among all these other sports cars and everything. So I thought that was a little funny. I got a little bit too much footage of the Tacoma. I don't know, I just got footage of it because I thought it was funny. But anyway, as you can see here, this is kind of a storage area for older cars. So I think that's why all the cars were out there, because they store older cars in here. And obviously they're not all older cars, but just, I don't know, I should say interesting cars. Also, there's this motorcycle place there too, which kind of makes sense, cars and motorcycles. But yeah, I figure I'd just mention that too. Alright, so this part of the mall, there we, monkey wearing headphones right there. That's someone's logo or something. But anyway, I'm not showing too much of the Macy's, but there is a Macy's there. So I figured now would be a better time than ever to give you some history on this mall. So this mall, of course, Macy's was one of the anchors. And the three other anchors for most of the mall's lifetime were Sears, JCPenney, and Filene's. Just pointing out the bed of this Tacoma, because it's just a regular Tacoma. But, yeah. So, we all know what happened to Sears. Sears inevitably died there in October 15th, 2018. And it was part of a plan where Sears closed 142 stores nationwide. And the space has been empty since 2019. But, Filene's, I forget what it actually is. But that brand was discontinued after a merger between two companies called Federated and May. And this company was also known as Lord and Taylor as well. But it all didn't matter because it was just turned into a second Macy's store. So that's about it. But yeah, as you see here, we are now heading in the, yeah, there's the second Macy's right there. But anyway, we're heading to the food court now. Here's a little tropical themed, whatever this is, little storefront that I found interesting. But showing that little part of the mall again because I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna head to the food court. The food court was by far the most crowded area of this mall. Oh, here's some plants. But yeah, let's go to the food court and I'll show you around there. So right here is the center of the mall again. As you can see, we're heading to the food court. Still, this mall loves dogs too, which is cool. You can have dogs in this mall. I also want to say that this mall is very well kept, despite not having many. Well, I shouldn't say not having many stores, because it has quite a few stores. But at the same time, there's a lot of empty lots too. So yeah, we're still heading to the food court. Right here is a t-shirt and mug shop that I found. Had a sort of funny name. It's called Mug Shots. I feel like this store would go perfectly right next to Conviction Chicken. Of course, you can't have Dead Mall without a vape store, so we have Luxury Vape right there, and of course we have Hot Topic too, because of course we have to have Hot Topic. I'm not okay yet. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna not show my vocalist skills, but yeah, of course we have Hot Topic. So let's keep going around, and I will bring you to the food court. This empty storefront I found kind of funny because it very clearly used to be a Sprint. You can still see the stuff from the sign on there despite Sprint closing in 2020. But yeah, I found that interesting that it was still somewhat of a Sprint store. Over here we had this candy shop with a pretty cool neon sign. I just like how that sign looked. Sweet Josie's Candy. Yep. But here's Sell Fashion. These Sell Fashion stores always look somewhat depressing to me. They're always empty and they never have that good lighting. There was another one of those at the Liberty Tree Mall too. But yeah, I figured I'd point that out because those self-fashion stores they just always give me a sad vibe. Also, apparently this mall has its own store also branded as the mall. It could be a chain. It's just I've never heard of Foxed Goods before, so I figured I'd point that out. But anyway, we are right about here at the food court, so I'll start narrating around there too. As you can see, we do have that neon sign up there. We just still need to get to it. I kind of moved my camera out of the way because there was this kid there who was just staring at me, giving me a death stare because I was filming. And to be honest, I don't blame him. I don't like being on camera either. But here's the neon sign, pizza place. It's got a pretty cool sign. I like how it looks. And here's an empty restaurant area. I don't know what it used to be. I can't tell really. But to be honest, if I were to guess, I've never seen one of these in a mall before, but I guess it's something like a Five Guys. Also, this mall might not have any, like, interesting skylights, but at least they have a big orange chair. Like, I love that. I love the big orange chair. Comically large chair. So there's the JCPenney too. Obviously not going to go in it. I bet it's just a regular JCPenney. But I wanted to point out the tiles in this mall too. The tiles all look really cool. I like how the tiles look. They have all these intricate designs, and I like that. But that just about concludes the tour of the mall at Fox Run. So I hope you enjoyed this video, which is my first of not just dead mall stuff. I'm also going to do some urbex and car reviews. But I hope you enjoyed, and Shelby signing out.